guys, so this is just going to be a quick video about kind of like making over your Instagram. So basically I just like to keep my Instagram pretty and eye-catching and the photos nice and clear, just so like when people go to my page they're like, oh, this girl's like a blogger, or she knows what she's doing when she's putting her pictures up or something, you know what I mean? And not just like words everywhere and like blurry dark pictures and all that stuff, or like a whole bunch of emojis in the what word am I looking for? In like your bio, I guess is the word I'm looking for. So I'm just gonna like look at my Instagram and I'm gonna go through like the top to the bottom of my Instagram and just kind of go over making over your Instagram. So basically, let's start with this. I like to keep my followers more than my following. So like more people are following me than I am following them. Just because then when people go to my page or I follow them, they're like, oh, this girl actually has a bunch of followers, and it's not like she's just following a whole ton of people more than are following her. So like right now, mine is at 9,000 and I'm following 6,500. So I'm still following a lot of people. I'm just keeping it lower than my followers. Then go over to your profile picture. I sometimes leave it the same as my Facebook picture, sometimes don't. I don't change it super often, every couple months or so, maybe with the weather or whatever. So I just use one of like my favorite pictures from my feed and just put it as my profile picture. Something that shows your like yourself, either your body or your face, so that when people see that you follow them, they're like, oh, this girl's cute, let me click on her page, you know what I mean? And then I would have your Instagram name include your name. So for example, mine when I started was fancyface1995 because that's my email. That's just my nickname for everything. But I changed it to Bethany_Garner95 just to like keep it professional and also so people like know my name as soon as I follow them. And then of course I have my name on there. Mine is public. You can have yours private or public, whichever you prefer. A lot of leaders say to keep it private until you're at 10,000 because then you can have the link when people slide up on your story. I put mine at public at like 5,000 and I've been fine growing my following still that way. I'm almost at 10,000. Up to you. But when you make it public, I do a creator account and you have to pick like what you are, like an entrepreneur or a salesperson or whatever. But I put blogger, okay? And then you have your bio. So in your bio is where I would put like 3 to 5 things that are like solely just you. So like maybe like you're a mom or a boy mom or a dog mom, okay? That could be one of your things. Maybe you want to put like your current job that you're at, like if you're a dental hygienist or like I work at Chick-fil-A. Mine says, the first line says, I basically live at Chick-fil-A. And I used different fonts for each of these. If you use an app called, I think it's just called Fonts. Hold on. Yes, an app called Fonts. It's white with little A's in it. You can get keyboards that have different fonts and it's free. So my 4 lines are in different fonts. The first one says I basically live at Chick-fil-A. Okay, I work at Chick-fil-A part-time now because of this business. My second one is just like things that I love. So it says I am obsessed with dogs and ice cream because I love my dog and all dogs in general. Every time I say dog, I'm like, oh my gosh, puppy. And I eat ice cream on a daily basis. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but, so I put it on my story every day. So then people are like, oh, ice cream, and they see it on my story. So along with these being things like about you, they should also be things that you're posting about so that when people follow you, they're like, oh, she basically lives at Chick-fil-A. So they're going to expect to see stuff about Chick-fil-A on your page. So like every time I go on break at work, I just take a picture of the food and put it on my story. Or every time I eat a bowl of ice cream, I take a picture and put it on my story. Get it? So then my third line says, loving Jesus and his people in Baltimore and beyond. So that like includes my faith and where I live, because I live in Baltimore. And then my fifth thing is, it says wonder what I do and has a little pointy finger because then I have my link with my work from home application on it. If you go to my link, or you can go to Google Forms and make your own link. Don't use my link, but go to it as an idea. And then go to Google Forms and I used the t-shirt sign up form to make a work from home application so that people can fill it out. And then I can text them with information about the business. And then the link when you use Google Forms is really long. So I actually put it onto Milkshake, which is like an app like Linktree where you can have all of your links. So that's my link, is my Milkshake link. Okay. Then we go down and we have highlights. Okay. You don't necessarily have to have highlights. I think it makes your page look kind of pretty. For example, mine, I have 5 different highlights. Okay. I don't update them that often, but it just looks pretty to have highlights. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see it or not, but all of my, there you go, you can kind of see it. All of my circles are just like pretty pastel-y color backgrounds. Like I have a yellow one, a purple one, a pink one, a light green one, and a light blue one. And they're just kind of like tie-dye pastel looking. So you can make them however you think will fit your page. Excuse my washer in the background. So I've changed it up. At one point I had like little icons of like what a thing is. So for example, one of mine is it says my puppy, and I had like a little picture of a dog on there, but then I changed it to the pastel just to make it look prettier. I think that's a little more eye-catching. You can do like 1 polka dots, 1 stripes. You can do all of them polka dots. You can do all of them the same or all of them different, but I would make them like cutesy or like just matching your style. So either cutesy or fancy or something like that. And then we have your pictures, okay? 95% of my pictures are of me, whether it's me and another person or just me. I'm kind of a homebody, and so actually 95% of my personal pictures are literally just me because they're at my house. But a bunch of the other girls will have them and like their significant other or their kids or whatever. And then the other 5% is like things or people that I love. So like my siblings are in it, or my dog, or like a picture of a cup of coffee. Yeah, so basically that. And so I post on my Instagram page every day. I do it in the evening, once a day. And I am using like pictures of myself, but I'm incorporating the business into the captions. So if you go to my page, you can kind of get an idea of the posting. But I'm just right now talking about like the eye-catchingness of your page. We've been through all the top of your page when people first see your page. Now we're in the pictures. So the pictures, I make sure I take nice clear pictures. Most of mine are outside because the lighting outside is so much better than inside. If you take pictures inside, I would suggest taking them like by a window and have the light like in front of you shining onto you, or getting one of those like LED light circles. I have one of those, but I still like the lighting outside better. So I take most of my pictures outside, or like in my kitchen right by the window where it's coming in. So that will help them be clearer, crisper, nicer lighting. And then I also have presets. So if you go to Etsy, you can type in picture presets. Mine are like Coachella presets. And so it was like $5 for 5 of them. And then honestly, I only use one of them. There's like Coachella 1 through Coachella 5, and I use Coachella 4 for like every single picture, unless for some reason that picture doesn't look as good, and I'll be like, Coachella 5 looks better with this one. Once you buy the presets, you probably want to Google like how to get them into Lightroom, because you're going to download the Lightroom app. Google and watch a YouTube video about how to get them from Etsy once you buy them into Lightroom, because that's what I had to do, and I honestly couldn't explain it. I'd have to watch the video again to show you. Do that. Once it's in Lightroom, all you have to do is every day I upload my picture to Lightroom, I click presets, and I click Coachella 4, and it puts the preset on there. The presets are kind of like a pre-done filter with like the coloring and the lighting all like nice. So that like instantly is a beautiful filter on my picture that takes 2 seconds to do. So I'm taking my pictures outside and making sure they're clear, crisp, pretty lighting, and then I'm putting a preset on them every day, and I'm putting them on my page every day. I do presets sometimes for my stories, but not necessarily as much, just because like that's not where all your eye-catching stuff is. mostly just like when people go to your page, you want them to think like, oh yeah, I want to follow this girl, versus having like products all over your page or having words all over your page. Like if you have a quote every once in a while, okay, but they want to see you. They want to get to know you and know what you're about, which is why you're putting your stuff in your bio that's about you. And you're posting about that kind of stuff as well as the business. Okay, hopefully that makes sense to you. If you have any questions, message me or message your enroller. Bye guys.